Good evening. Thank you for that warm reception. I'm guessing the warmest part of that reception came from the Knopf table, since none of them has ever seen me carrying this much paper. I'd be happy to make a deal at the end of the evening. I'd be happy to hand it in and call it even. You might be surprised to see me here. I haven't been involved in the National Book Awards or anything close to it for quite some time. When I told a friend of mine I was doing this, he said, well, I guess they want someone out of the business. Because actually the last time I did this, it was at Carnegie Hall. It was in 1982. To give you some period flavor, I was sitting backstage next to John Cheever. It was not moving along quickly. Whoever was in charge of it was very upset because coming in behind us was the Boston Symphony Orchestra. John Cheever was in frail health, and he was constantly being bumped by kettle drums, bass fiddles, and the guy kept saying, you have to cut your speech, you have to cut your speech. And the guy who was winning for poetry translation, something I noticed is no longer a category. And it would come, as he put it, all the way from Tokyo. He refused. He refused to cut his speech. So I believe, I could be wrong, and I'm sure if I am, someone will tell me, I believe John Updike had to cut his speech in favor of the person who translated the poetry from Tokyo. When Harold Augenbaum first called and asked me to do this, I asked him how they actually chose the National Book Awards, something you might be interested in. And he said, well, for instance, in the fiction category, each judge reads 297 novels. Carefully. And then during the course of the year that it takes them to read these 297 novels, they confer by phone and email or whatever, and then they choose the winner today. They chose the winner this afternoon. I mean, and this means that the 5 finalists have to sit here all night waiting to find out which one of them wrote the very best book of the year. Out of thousands of books, the very best one. I imagine it's nerve-wracking. I think they should pick the winner earlier. For instance, I have known about this gig for 6 months. And I didn't need this lead time. I mean, it's not as if I was going to write anything. Wouldn't it be better if they told the winner 6 months before, thereby sparing the finalists the ordeal of having to sit here all night, and just pick the MC randomly out of the audience? You know, I mean, couldn't they just come out and say, Sonny, come on up here? Instead, I've known about this, I've done nothing about it, even though they have provided me with a script. I finally have what I've always wanted, writers. I have a special sympathy for the finalists, because not only do they have to sit here all night, but they also undoubtedly were the recipient of the same memo I received, which says in huge black letters, finalists, please remember to wear your finalist medal to the ceremony. What are the chances that they might forget to do this? I mean, Surely they realize that if they ever want to wear this medal, this is their shot. It's not going to come back like platform shoes. So they provided me with this second-by-second script. I'm not kidding. It is by the second. They're very, very concerned with timing. I mean, it literally says 8:01, 9:10. So it made me think about timing because apparently I'm in charge of moving this along. Not really, because if I was in charge of moving it along, we would already be having an actual dinner. It doesn't strike me as fair, this finalist situation. It seems very unfair. It seems very unfair. The whole idea of this seems really particularly unfair to me. Even in the Olympics, where there is an actual winner, by which I mean one you can prove is the best, one about which there's no argument, he ran the fastest. Not, I feel, in my opinion. Even in the Olympics, which is math, not art, they have a silver medal. They have a bronze medal, but not of the National Book Awards. They have one winner and 4 former finalists. There's no second place in American life. So I am looking to move this along, and I'm very concerned about the timing, which already they're late, which was their fault. We're already running 4 minutes late. They have been concerned with timing for the last 6 months. For instance, I received this letter in June, which said, presentation of the Medal for Distinguished Contribution to American Letters to Adrienne Rich, presenter to be determined, and then it says, this is confidential till September 20th. I felt that this sentiment vastly overestimated the tone of my social circle. The idea that I would be harassed, begged, please, Fran, tell me. I kept mum. Then they provided me with another list of times. They're very concerned with timing. Timing is everything at the National Book Awards. The other day, in thinking about timing, I was thinking of it particularly when I heard that the Bush administration had appointed something called the Iraq Study Group last week. I mean, even if you were, say, I don't know, in the 3rd grade, and you had a math test coming up, when do you think would be the best time to study? Before the test? Or 3 years after the test? Where do you think the Iraq Study Group meets? I think Windows on the World. Don't boo me, I'm not even getting paid. I'm now going to stick to the script and the timing. I feel that everyone should have a copy of the script at the table, because it is, I would have to say, a rather alarming mixture of fact and fiction in itself. By which I mean, yes, David Remnick is indeed the editor of The New Yorker, but no, it is highly unlikely he will be walking to the stage at 8:22. It's already too late for that. So I'm gonna, 8:22, 8:21. In fact, when I first read this document, with all its detailed biographies and very specific, excruciatingly specific times, I thought this was written, this is a kind of a collaboration between, I don't know, Robert Caro and American Airlines. It could happen. Now, I believe, 8:20. We're 9 minutes late. But luckily, we're in the Atlanta airport. To present this year's medal for distinguished contribution to American letters is Mark Doty. Mark Doty is the author of 7 books of poetry and 3 memoirs, including My Alexandria, which was a National Book Award finalist in 1993, and won both the National Book Critics Circle Award and Britain's T.S. Eliot Prize. He has also published Heaven's Coast, a memoir, which won the PEN Martha Arbrand Award for First Nonfiction, and has received fellowships from the Guggenheim, Ingram Merrill, Rockefeller, Whiting, and Lila Wallace Reader's Digest Foundation, as well as from the National Endowment for the Arts. It gives me great pleasure to welcome Mark Doty, 8:13.